Bring your rupees, you know what I'm saying?
So for those of you who aren't, just so you know, if you're just listening, right now what you're seeing is a blurry dog and her blurry owner sitting behind her.
I'm kind of retarded.
Hi, you must be new.
In syphilis, the treatment is usually with penicillin.
Cheers. Cheers, buddy. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. We're the Greyboys. I'm Clervin, and that's Durbin.
I didn't know I was holding my breath while you were going. I know you were starting.
All right. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
It's welcome back to the podcast. I'm Clervin. That's here.
Flurbin and Durbin.
Clervin Durbin.
Who are you, Durbin?
I'm Durbin.
You're a little dirgy.
Home run Durbin. So we had to stop ourselves very quickly as we were getting things set up. To
Yeah,
start
we were
recording
popping
today,
off.
because we started talking about something very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And the question was, what would the worst thing you could walk in on, say we walk in on each other,
Yeah, that makes
your
it
best
easy.
friend,
Yeah.
watching porn. And the caveat we
Yeah.
said was it has to be legal. So
Legal,
it's not
no
going to be
kids,
children,
no
not going to
animals.
be animals. Because
And
obviously that's 1 and 2 respectively.
Yeah. And it's got to be at least one adult human involved.
Because there have been like those TLC shows where people fall in love with roller coasters or trees, their car.
Yeah.
But see, that to me is just more sad.
Yeah. And like the guy with the muffler, he used to like bang the muffler.
Yeah.
How?
Probably put mayonnaise in it.
I mean, that thing's thick. It's a wide opening.
Maybe he puts a fleshlight in the muffler.
Maybe.
That'd be a good move. If you're going to have sex
It's
with
not
a car.
bad. You get it like in your knees or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or like jack the car up and then
You
jack
get a
it
big
off.
truck. Maybe that's why people have big trucks.
Just to bang them. That's why they have the weird lift kits tilted back on.
So then it's like waist
They can
level.
lay down. That's why those Reds do that.
I don't know. You could think about some weird stuff, and I don't want to offend anybody.
I kind of do. Is it legal to have sex with a of age someone with maybe a mental handicap?
See, I don't think that's legal.
Is that not legal?
I don't think that's
that'd be
legal.
pretty rough.
I think we've tried to talk about that before.
Have we?
Like like if you, I don't think you. Let's Google
If
it.
you're-
I don't know why we didn't Google it before.
Because we've
Yeah.
seen the shows where people with like the autism dating was it autistic people that were dating
On the spectrum.
Yeah, on
or
the
love,
spectrum.
love on the
Love
spectrum.
on the spectrum. But there weren't anyone with like. Were there any people with Down syndrome on that show?
No, it was all just
all
autism.
like autistic.
Okay, let's see.
Because that'd be pretty hard to watch.
This is that would be very hard to watch. I wouldn't feel great about it. Let's
No.
see.
From
Wow.
www.jacksonville. Individuals with mental impairments related to illness or disability can still consent to sex but deserve special consideration. The individual must have knowledge, rationality, and voluntariness with respect to the decision to engage in specific sexual activity.
So it's gonna be like a case by case basis, and you could. I mean, how are you gonna prove that they said no? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more. Apparently, it's not illegal though.
Okay.
Which
You just had it.
it should be, right?
It's a weird.
Maybe
one
not
to,
autism.
It's a weird one to think about because it's like, say, someone with Down syndrome. Because it doesn't say anything ill about them, right?
No.
It's something.
I
don't know. I don't know how to think about
At the
it.
same time, if they want to do it and they consent to it, I guess they should be able to.
That's where I'm thinking. But then it's when you start thinking about
The other person.
quote unquote normal person.
Yeah.
What is? is there attraction to someone with Down syndrome coming from a genuine place, or
No. I mean, maybe.
Well, that's the question. Is it? Because there's you can never
People
know.
got issues.
But is it even an issue to them? Like to them, maybe it's just totally just like, that's just how their brain works.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I gotta say, if you have Down syndrome, you can't. You can't. That's like you're taking advantage.
But that's the thing is like I think that's the case by case. Is it?
Maybe that's why they don't have a law about it. They just can't agree on it.
Because you have to imagine, in all the time that humans have been a thing, and there have been humans with Down syndrome and humans without, there has been at least one time someone without Down syndrome just fully felt the same, way we feel towards a partner. Has to have at least happened once.
Yeah.
No ill will, no like not doing it out of like a fetishy thing, just totally normal.
More than likely, yes. But does it make it okay? I don't know.
I think that's when it is okay. I would think.
But then how do you even prove that?
I mean, I lie detector. I don't know. You can't. I guess.
So I don't. That wouldn't be the worst thing to walk in.
No, that's just
that'd be.
Like
it'd be weird to be like, why? Do you have like mommy issues or something? Like, I guess they're taking care of the.
See, that's where my brain goes first. Is like it's
like Plathville, Ethan, and what's her name?
Boy.
Which it could be, and that's weird. That's really weird. If you have like a normal female and like a male with Down syndrome, and they're in a relationship, she's just mommy.
Yeah.
And he's probably like sucking on her nipples and stuff. And, milk's so good,
Feed me, mama. Okay, so to get away from that, it's probably all right.
We can't. I don't know.
I'd
like to know what other people think. Though,
yeah. Where do you lean on these type of relationships?
Yeah, because we obviously can't decide.
What if you walked in? Like, if I walked in on someone and they were watching a porn where it was somebody, I don't even know how to explain. Like, say, either in the video, like in the build up, it's like sons banging their dad. Or like a daughter and their mother, or daughter and father, or mother, like actual biological child to parent. Not.
But it's
but
that's just what the role.
That's illegal. I think
the role
most places.
Playing, most places.
That'd be pretty rough.
That would be rough. But then also, I think stuff like that's on the rise. Like for watching porn, it's like. Stepson.
Well, it's all step stuff,
yeah,
which is way different.
Yeah, that is way different because like you always have. Yeah, that'd be pretty weird. But then how? I guess in my mind, I think of like you see it happening and you're just mortified. Like if you walked in and I was watching that and you saw that, you probably wouldn't really know
at first. Yeah, if I just walked in like you're mid jerk, and there's just these people, I'm like, oh, Jerry's watching some porns.
Mm-hmm.
But if I caught if you accidentally had the Bluetooth connected to, the room I was in, it's like, no, Daddy, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't put that. Oh, no, but it feels so good.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all right, son.
God, that'd be bad. I mean, I'm leaning like more towards like the grotesque, like
torture,
like a solo performance with like a guy, and maybe he's not in the best shape. And maybe he's rubbing like mayonnaise all over his tits, and then he's like has like a glass bottle in his ass or something, and he's like jumping up on it like that, and then maybe it breaks, and then he's still going, and he's jerking himself off at the same time.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That'd be pretty bad. And I mean, that's pretty bad. But I'm saying if I came in and you were watching that
and like enjoying
it, you enjoy it, like you were getting off to it.
Yeah,
I'd be like, I would think of you less at that point.
Yeah,
I think.
Because that, like, back in the day when it was like, people were getting this with 2 Girls, 1 Cup, Pain Olympics, that was one of them, was a glass bottle breaking in somebody's butt.
I remember that.
That was a nightmare. That was one of the most frightening things I've ever seen.
It's awful. It makes you like feel weird.
Makes your butt feel weird.
Or like the Mr. Hands video, but that's animals. But like things that make you feel like that. Like, 'cause like, I don't know. I guess maybe somebody that's listening was jerking off to two girls in a cup. But that's just
possible.
But it was just gross.
It's
to
very
me.
gross. I've never finished it.
No, it's awful.
Yeah.
It didn't look right either.
No, it didn't look natural.
Soft serve.
Didn't like that one bit. I made it past the soft serve, but it was whenever they started vomiting up the soft serve is when I had to tap out.
But like stuff like that. Like maybe it's like a
Vomit fetish.
vomit, or like they're like just rubbing feces all over
Yeah,
themselves,
poop
and like
stuff.
the other ones like licking it off, or just weird stuff like that. Things involving like organic materials, like maybe fruits or something like that. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Yeah, those would all be pretty bad.
It could get nasty real quick, and you could probably find any of this stuff.
I'm sure you easily.
I'll tell you what would be great. Anything involving, for me, like vinegar or mayonnaise in a sexual act, I'd find that pretty awesome.
I am getting just a little annoyed of you keep downgrading mayonnaise at every turn you get. The best condiment ever made, and you are just poo-pooing all over it, man.
I'm just telling you. I'm being honest.
I would really hate it if people were using potatoes. How's that? How's that feel?
That's
jerk?
fine. It doesn't affect me
jerk.
at all.
Sweet potatoes and steak. That would really mess me up if I
Yeah, I
saw
don't
him
care.
doing that. Yeah, well, I want you to care so you can feel how I feel.
But think like Big Ed. That grosses me out so much that he puts mayonnaise in his hair. This guy from 90 Day Fiancé.
A lot of people have done that over
puts
time.
it
common move.
grosses me out. And then he's talking about how he just smells like egg salad and stuff.
Right.
I don't like that.
No, I mean, there's not a whole lot to really like about it.
But then
But, I
take
mean-
that into sexual situations.
Could be cool.
You think so?
Could be great.
Okay, so what about if it was a situation like they had like mayonnaise on their wiener and then they were doing anal from that, and then the girl licked off the mayonnaise after that? Would you be into that?
Sounds pretty cool.
Would you?
Sounds great.
Okay.
You know what I'm going to search later?
That wouldn't make me think of you less. That would just be kind of...
If you happened to walk in a room and saw that, would it make you think of me?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's my life goal.
Yeah, I
complete.
mean, if the first person I thought about would be you.
with me,
it
if
would
you
have
saw
to be.
mayonnaise,
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. I like that. I love mayonnaise, man.
I know you do. Have you ever banged a mayonnaise jar?
No. It can't consent, and I wouldn't violate mayonnaise like that. Got too much respect and love
Uh-huh.
for mayo.
Okay. Maybe you love it a little too much.
I don't think so. I think I love it the perfect amount.
I don't know.
Well, I do. So there's that.
So did you come up with any other scenarios that you would think of?
I think the one you came up with pretty much is going to be it. If a guy breaks a
something-
glass
yeah,
bottle in
just
his
something
butt,
gross like that.
yeah, that'd be awful. No, thank
And
you.
he's like
That's-
doing, like, and he's just...
and then I picture you just sitting there cranking it, and I'm like, oh, come on, Jerry.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?
Mm-hmm. That's a pretty,
Don't wanna-
pretty low place.
Don't want to kink shame, but
Just nothing's
Jesus Christ.
getting you off anymore. You've gone through it all.
You've made it to the end of the internet. That's what's left.
Yeah. Just so desensitized.
There's somebody out there.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like stuff, and I don't know. I feel like stuff's getting like weirder and weirder just because we are getting more and more desensitized. It's like, yeah, it's just like any click you can watch and find whatever you wanna find and watch.
Yeah.
It's like, nice, it's not real.
That's Dallas.
Buyers Club.
So we had some responses from Hot Topic last week.
Yeah.
You want to get to that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Start with this. All right, so this is our friend Sonia. I guess I won't say the email, but you can see it if you're watching, probably.
That's probably blown out.
Yeah. So this is in response to our hangover cures that we were talking about. All right, let's see. I was looking up how alcohol broke down in the body and how methanol can cause blindness. Jeez, formic acid destroying the optic nerve, and ran across the following. And then we have an article here. People consuming lotion as a cheap alternative to other alcohol because they thought it contained ethanol, but it was actually deadly methanol.
Classic whodunit.
But I also learned that drinking regular alcohol will counteract methanol poisoning. So the more you know.
So can you slam some lotion with alcohol and just get super plastic?
Yeah.
Get that lotion vodka drunk.
It's kind of like Malibu, isn't it?
Alcohol poisoning death toll in Russian city rises to 49. Yeah, it's because we're living in Russia. It's so cold and like
Calypso
and
69.
sad.
All right, so this is Moscow. The death toll from alcohol poisoning in a Siberian city has risen to at least 49 Monday after the victims consumed a counterfeit bath lotion containing deadly methanol. Counterfeit? What?
That's how rough it is in Irkutsk. Icarus.
Curious. Local officials in Irkutsk went house to house and searched for more victims and introduced a state of emergency Monday, while the Russian government called for tighter regulation of the alcohol market. The sale of lotions and tinctures containing alcohol has risen in recent years as Russia has plunged into recession under impact of Western sanctions.
Thanks, Obama.
Slide in oil prices. Poisonings caused by cheap surrogate alcohol are regular occurrence. But this case was unprecedented in its scale.
Because you just have to live probably in some of these like super remote Russian cities. You can't do it sober.
And yeah, they drink. Well, that is actually a proven thing that usually places in cold or people in colder climates drink more because it does keep you warmer. And then it's also miserable, and you have to be inside a lot more.
See, I remember reading a thing that it warming you up is actually a myth because it constricts your your capillaries and your blood flow. So therefore, you are actually cooler.
Well,
Like it might make your tummy feel warm, but actually your overall
you're
body
gonna feel better. Yeah. Yeah.
making you feel warm.
Yeah, well, it's a vasodilator, so it's opening up. It's not constricting.
Click on this next one.
This one? Booze.
That's a nice big picture of beer.
That is, yeah. It's taking up the whole screen.
It makes you feel warmer, but doesn't actually keep you warm or prevent hypothermia. Instead, drinking alcohol lowers the core temperature of your body.
So
it
makes you
does make
feel warmer.
Right, that's what I said. So,
but it doesn't keep
chalk
you
one up to the J, man.
But that's what you want to do. You want to feel warmer.
But
you're cold.
Causing more damage. You're actually going to be colder, though. You'll feel warmer for a moment.
Mm-hmm. But if you keep it
after
going.
After that.
If you keep going.
Can't be drunk all day if you don't start in the morning.
All right. So what is this saying? They found counterfeit lotion and seized 500 liters, 132 gallons.
Thank you.
Of the substance at about 100 shops in this place. According. So I don't understand.
So they're just, some of these places are so poor and sad. They're just eating lotion, I guess. And what it said, some sort of oils.
What do you see that?
More like maybe the second paragraph. Lotions and tinctures containing alcohol. That's what they're resorting to.
Yeah, that really sucks.
So, for a bottle of vodka a day, you can support a Russian baby to help him get drunk and not die of lotion.
Yeah. Might as well.
Yeah. We need to get Sarah McLachlan involved in this.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for you, too.
Yeah. Alcohol?
Vodka.
Yes, yeah. As we learned,
It's like the
You
best-
won't- They're
it's
never
like the-
hungover, so they just keep going.
Yeah, it's like the best one for you.
Man, imagine what a lotion hangover feels like. Probably not good. Those poops, though, they're gonna come right out.
Yeah, I'll be all lubed up. It might not be that bad for you. I
All right.
don't know.
Yeah, try it. Get back to it.
I don't want to try it.
Well, Beeler said he wanted to donate
Yeah, he
his
could
body
try
for
this.
science.
Yeah,
Beeler, here it
that's
is.
true. You may go blind, but
Small price to pay for the betterment of the
yeah,
human
see
race.
what happens. But at the same time, if you drink it, you start feeling weird. Maybe you start going blind. I guess I don't know how fast this is gonna. Then you just chug some vodka or something.
Kill it.
Yeah, you're fine.
Will vodka improve your vision, you think?
You may think it will for a
Um,
little bit.
so another one that I got sent today from my buddy Patrick
Mm-hmm.
was called Morning Recovery.
Okay.
It's like an actual like drinky drink.
Mm.
So that's another thing someone said.
Let's
is
look.
possible.
What is it? Let's
Morning
I wanna see
recovery?
what the
What the ingredients are?
yeah.
Probably Pedialyte and rice.
Oh, is why? Let's see.
Looks like a little like McDonald's milk.
It does. Yeah, it really does. Let's see.
So it's like a little gas station.
All right. So
Prickly
as
pear,
we know,
talked
that
about
was on there.
Vitamin B, electrolytes, obviously, DMT.
Was milk thistle on there?
I don't
feel
remember
like
milk
maybe it
thistle
was.
being there. Taurine, that's
Electrolytes.
in Monster.
Yeah.
DMT.
Yeah. I mean, so
So this is DHM, milk thistle, prickly pear, taurine,
Yeah.
vitamin B complex, electrolytes.
it
Blown out.
it probably does help. I mean, from what we've learned last week.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not going to hurt. It's got 10 milligrams of sodium, some potassium
Oh.
in there.
And it's got, they didn't list it, but it's got red ginseng extract too, which is
And
one of them.
Japanese raisin tree,
Huh.
also known as Hovina dulcis. That
Yeah.
sounds nice.
It does sound nice.
A Japanese raisin tree?
Mm-hmm. That probably helps.
Yeah.
It's got to help.
And
Why else did they put it in there?
So a lot of Asian trees, it seems, because
Mhm.
Korean pear extract, which I don't know.
Do you think they're doing that because it's like for marketing at all? Because you know how like you think back to like ancient like Japanese lore or something like healing and like medicinal
The
kind
seven
of stuff.
herbs or whatever.
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
From The Office. I don't know, but a friend of mine who was of Asian descent, she told me this thing. I didn't believe her for a long time. But like a lot of Asian people have, I can't remember what the syndrome's called, but they get drunk super fast.
Oh yeah. They're
The
missing.
red something.
They're miss. A lot of Asian people are missing one of the. But it's something that breaks down the alcohol.
Right.
So it just like, yeah. What is
Because
it?
there's something like red, something red face or something like that. We talked about it a long time ago.
Asian people.
Do Asian red face and see if it comes
um,
up. Red face.
Missing,
No, do red face.
enzyme. For
Man, you could have typed red face 4 times over. Get flushed. Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
East Asian.
East Asian facial.
See if you red face. Chinese, East Asian heritage, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean experiencing facial flushing when drinking beer, wine, or spirits. In Asian populations is due to an inherited deficiency in one of the enzymes involved in the breakdown of alcohol, aldehyde
Dehydrogenase.
dehydrogenase. This type of reaction is very rare, but not unknown in other ethnic groups. But there's more of this deficiency, just an embarrassing reddening of the face. There are positive and negative health implications, and it provided a light bulb moment, helping us understand how a common treatment for alcoholism works.
Huh.
So there
Okay.
you go. See,
Yeah.
and I didn't believe it. I was like, that's not true. But then it's true.
Okay.
And there you go.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. All right. Yeah. I feel we read all of this.
Yeah, we
last week.
we covered it.
Okay. That's
Was this a picture?
interesting, though.
Don't know.
huh?
I would see if she had the flushed face, but it doesn't really matter.
I still
we
need
can,
to.
We can imagine it.
I still need to order some of these herbs.
Some
and
of
see
these
if they-
cures.
Well, I want
Or
to
you want
start.
the individual herbs?
Yeah, I want to start with like
Get
'cause
your own own little mix.
I could be wrong, but I feel like these are probably. It looks like it comes in a 6-pack. I bet these are way more expensive than
but
getting like the.
That's a
herbs.
gas station 6-pack. So you buy one at a time, like 5 Hour Energy. I bet.
Yeah,
And if you
okay.
buy the whole thing, like that, it looks like the 6-pack you get in the store.
Let's
or
see.
off-
Let's see how
off the
much it
webs.
is. So this is.
$35.99 for a pack of 6.
Yeah, I can't do that every time.
What if I told you it was lemon flavored, sugar free?
That helps?
How about lemon original? Is it more 65 for how much?
for 12?
For 12. So a
Pack
little
of
bit of a deal.
24. 120.
120 for 24. Yeah, well, if people are buying it, good for you, Morning Recovery. You are killing it in the snake oil game.
Who knows though? Maybe it does work.
Yeah, it's probably worth it. And then Elliot, he messaged me earlier. He has a cure, a potential cure, and he says it feels like you guys are cut from the same cloth. And he hoping he was gonna be able to call in, but he's not. So maybe next week.
Okay.
But it had me thinking. I was thinking of this before, and then him saying that just kind of reinforced my stupid hypothesis. Because he's in pretty good shape. He's a buff boy.
Yeah,
You're
he
a buff
is.
boy.
Yeah.
I think you guys just aren't used to feeling bad, like in general. Somebody like me,
Yeah, I think
you're
that's-
used to feeling so
Mhm.
good all the time that it hits you way harder.
I think I thought about that the other day too, like when we were talking about it. That's got to play a big part for sure. Because it's like, yeah, because I eat like I'm so consistent. Like I work out every day. I eat like every 2 to 3 hours. Like I drink so much water. If I like miss a meal or like miss drinking water for a couple hours of the day, it messes with me a little bit. So yeah, if whenever I brutalize my body
Yeah.
for
It's
a
not.
bingy 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, yeah, it ruins.
Just
It
don't
just
live
ruins
in that realm
me.
of pain very often.
Yeah, no, it just like it makes everything go haywire, and it's just whew. It's not, yeah, because we went crazy again Saturday, and then yesterday I felt like absolute garbage person. I was barely functional, and then I asked you how you were. You were like, yeah, I was fine.
Yeah, I opened at work. Everything was good. Felt great.
That's cool.
Felt strong all day.
Well, good for you, man. I am jealous, but I do want to try some of these, and I'm gonna get some. I gotta force myself to get some, and then
Yeah, maybe
do some experiments.
check a really like, I don't know, maybe a gas station near like a golf course or country club. And you might be able to find this in those gas stations.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like these
QT?
aren't. I feel like these aren't just normal gas stations.
No, QT's got some stuff though. They got everything, right?
Maybe
Did we get anything else sent about
not
that
about
kind of?
the hangover cure, but Craig
Yeah.
from a few episodes back. You'll remember him at the Gentle Yeti on Instagram, at the _gentle_Yeti. Maybe he sent us a cool video titled
Yeah.
"It Vape God."
All right, let's see.
So shouts out Craig.
Sometimes in the middle of the night, I do this. I fill my sink.
Country Craig.
Fill my sink full of vape smoke, and then I blow it.
Wow. That's pretty
Joe
cool.
might enjoy that.
As he's taking a dump. This is why it takes him so long to poop. He's filling up
he's
his
doing
sink with
tricks.
vapes.
That I would never have guessed that. It just kind of sits in
It's
there.
very heavy, huh?
Like if you're just listening, he
Sitting on the toilet.
yeah, he's sitting on the toilet and he literally just filled up the basin of his sink with vape smoke, and you can't really tell. It's just kind of stable, just sitting there.
Yeah.
You can't really tell. It looks a little foggy, I guess.
Looks
But then
like a
he
cloud,
blows
little
it,
cloud
and
in
it's
his
just
sink.
like, yeah, it's just like Tom Welling in the fog. It just kind of spreads everywhere.
So you always reference the fog.
Yeah.
I always reference the mist.
Yeah.
With Tom Jane.
Yeah. Yeah. Why?
I don't know.
Tom Welling had a big impact on my childhood, I think.
Let's
He
get
was like one of my heroes.
Let's get a picture of those two movies and see how similar the poster looks.
Okay.
Because in the the Fog, were there monsters in it?
I don't know.
There weren't.
Everybody
right?
was scared of the fog.
Was
I
it
don't
the
know.
Fog itself that was the bad guy? Because in the Mist,
I don't
there was
know.
monsters in the Mist, and the Mist shrouded them in mystery.
Look at this hunky Brewster over here.
Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
he looks good.
Two times.
2 times the price of one.
All right, let's put them side by side here.
Because he was Superman, right?
He was Superman in
The show.
in
The
Smallville.
CW show?
Yeah, Smallville.
Which you loved Smallville.
Dude, I loved it so much. I was in love with the girl, Kristen Kirk, however you say her name. Maybe I was a little bit in love with him too. I honestly.
Well, the thing is, if you're getting invested in like a show like Smallville, it's hard not to, because I'm not a big fan of Superman just because he's so powerful. But
Yeah.
if that's the show, like they're gonna make him pure for the most part. It's hard
Yeah.
not to feel,
I mean, you're like almost like you look up to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like
you'd love to be
it's
that
a
type
role
of
model.
hero.
Yeah.
You really feel it when they fail.
Yeah. Where's the?
See,
So
yeah.
it's-
So the
it's-
Fog, I think it was more the
fog
fog
killed.
itself. I
Yeah.
think, but there were creatures in the mist.
I think I remember that. In the Mist, is that the one where they're trapped in like the grocery store? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it has one of the most, I won't say it, but one of, in case people want to watch it, because it's like a B horror movie
Mm-hmm.
based off, I'm pretty sure it's based off a Stephen King book maybe, and so shit, what's his name? The guy who did the first season, Darabont, who did the first season of The Walking Dead, that was incredible, and then they got rid of him, and The Walking Dead
Mm-hmm.
became horrible. He did this movie, and it has one of the biggest like Jeff you endings to the audience, which I am a huge fan of,
Mm-hmm.
that you could ever do, and it's such a demoralizing payoff.
I don't in the Mist.
Yeah.
I don't remember it at all.
It's if you don't remember the ending, it's worth rewatching just to see how it ends.
What year did this come out?
2005, 6,
That was 2007.
7.
So that was 2005. That was 2007. 7.1. Not a bad rating.
It's a sleeper.
Yeah.
It's a B horror movie. But
This wasn't very good.
yeah, that one I remember being very forgettable.
3.7.
0.7, yeah.
Yeah.
But it had your boy in it, and you always give a little leeway.
yeah,
know?
especially that's like I don't remember when I started like looking at ratings so much.
Mhm.
Like it seemed to me like a
4% on
yeah,
Rotten
that's
Tomatoes.
awful. Like I know you aren't as into it. I don't watch as many movies, so like, and I haven't. It was mainly when I went to go see movies in the theater.
Mhm.
Like I would check to see the rating first because I only go see a few. Like I want to like have some sort of baseline to go off
On a
of.
quality experience.
Yeah,
not-
exactly.
not-
but I
it's not
remember
quantity.
like when I was younger and stuff, I didn't care at all. I was
No.
like, oh, I want to go see this.
And so same way, because when we were young, like our favorite thing to do, I think we talked about, we'd go to movie gallery and just find
Mhm.
bad movies just to watch them and laugh
Yeah.
at them. I mean, where we found some of the absolute classic things that we still say
Yeah.
almost 20 years later, we still quote these movies. Like
Yeah.
obviously Mr. Jingles. Have you guys seen Loretta? And then whoever says that, the next person says,
She's in the car. Did you check what did you
Check
the
Johnny's car.
Tommy's car?
Tommy's car.
He's just pounding away.
So I mean, there's been all kind of
Mhm.
those. And then when I went to film school and went through my snobby years, I was the same way. I was 6.5, not wasting my time. But I'm at a point now where I just will watch anything.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't care.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's
Like I watched Paul Blart Mall Cop for the first time
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
yeah,
It was bad, but it was fun. It's really bad. Bad movie.
yeah.
And they made a second one.
I wonder if that kind of pastime of like what we did when we were kids is kind of over now. I mean, you obviously can't go to a physical location and search through the movies, like in the horror section, and like find, like you can go on Netflix and do it, I guess, but I don't. It's not the same
very different.
experience.
And have you like there's a documentary, The Last Blockbuster, on Netflix right now about the last. It's basically about that. There's one left in Oregon, one Blockbuster.
Okay, I've heard there was one.
Yeah, there's been stories on this lady, her Blockbuster, in a whole bunch of different like publications. But I'm pretty sure it's a Netflix movie, came out just recently. Documentary. It has a lot of like Kevin Smith as part of it, like obviously the family that runs the Blockbuster, and you get a lot of the lore and like Netflix. I think Blockbuster. There's some intrigue that went on. Like Blockbuster had the chance to buy out like Netflix or
What?
for like not that much money, and they're like,
Just didn't.
"We're fine. We're doing okay."
They didn't
'Cause
see
they were-
the writing
they were
on the
the-
wall.
You know, the top of the mountain.
Yeah, but you gotta see. You should have been able to see that.
Because at that point, I mean, Netflix is like, only sending out DVDs. There was no streaming like when Netflix started.
that's when they had the chance to buy
I
them?
think so. Or either they had just started streaming a little bit. Because I remember, like, when I was in film school, I was on the 2 DVD Netflix plans. There was a 1 DVD plan
I was too.
where you would get sent a DVD and you wouldn't get the next one in your queue. Remember when you had a queue? Like your queue
Dude,
was
I honestly missed
lined
that.
up. It was so
I
cool.
missed that so
You'd put
much.
the DVD would come to you and you would you'd watch it, put it in the mail in the envelope that they sent you that was pre-postaged, send it back. Once they got it, they'd send you the next one in your queue.
Yeah.
And then that was your recurring monthly. And then when they did, but I was on the 2 DVD plan, so you could kind of almost be watching one like every other night if you kept up with mailing it back.
Because it was quick.
It was pretty quick. And then they got into the streaming a little bit. And I vaguely, see if you can find an image of like what they're streaming, what Netflix looked like in 2010.
Yeah, it was. I remember it
when I
being
was in-
pretty limited.
Yeah.
But yeah, I missed that queue and stuff.
The
though.
queue
It was
was
fun.
cool.
It made you be like so much more selective in what you were doing, and like you couldn't binge watch it. You had to and then you were thinking about it more.
Because if you
Dude,
if you did a TV series, you had like 7 episodes or whatever
and then
on
you
that
were
disc.
itching.
Yeah,
it was
cool.
I loved it, man. And you would always get so excited when that thing came in the mail too. You'd be waiting for it.
Do you like Netflix Browser View 2010?
Oh man, that takes me back. I remember.
See,
I used to like that. This.
That was a little close. There was a time when it looked way more prim.
That's what it was.
That's it.
That's it right there. Let's see if we can blow.
Like
that
I
up
remember
so
on
people can see
my Netflix when I finally hit, because whenever you'd rate a movie, in the top, scroll up a little bit, it used to say somewhere up here like how many movies you had rated. Like maybe when you were on the the browse tab. This is on the watch now tab. So this was what the streaming tab looked like.
Yeah,
But
and here's the
it
queue.
used to have a number, and it's probably on one of my old phones. But I took a picture when I rated my 1000th movie on Netflix.
God, I do miss that. It was so nice. It added so much more excitement. Now it's just we're gonna watch something.
Yeah.
Not super excited. I just need to find something to watch.
And sometimes that's the that's the difference, I think, which they didn't really touch on in the last Blockbuster, but it was like they definitely talked about the experience of going to a video rental place.
Yeah.
But the difference between because you could spend a decent amount of time in there looking for a movie, but with Netflix, you might look for an hour just scrolling, and now at that point you're like, well, I don't have time to watch this movie now.
Yeah. It's like you it's like the paralysis of choices, but it's different when you're at home by yourself or whatever, because then it's just like, oh, I'm not gonna do anything. But if you make a trip to Blockbuster or movie gallery, whatever you're doing, you have the intention of getting something. So you may look for a while, but you're definitely gonna get something, and then you're gonna watch it after that.
And with us, a lot of times it'd be me and you, or me, you and Tom, me, you and Cole, maybe all 4 of us. and then all of us had to agree.
Yeah, that
I
was the whole
remember
thing.
one. I remember one. It's just weird the things that stick out in your head so strongly. I remember one time we went and you were dead set. You were not going to be swayed. We were renting Stigmata no matter what.
Yeah, that was with the hand. Or the, I remember that.
So we watched Stigmata that night.
Well, I think we had like passed it by so many times, and it was time.
It was time to watch Stigmata.
Yeah.
Look up the poster for Stigmata. Yeah, there it is.
I thought there was a hand.
Well, it was.
Could have sworn there was like a bloody hand or something. It's
See,
weird
I
how your
remember
mind
this.
changes things. Yeah,
I remember this one.
Yeah, that makes sense. I had the picture of just like a hand with like a hole in it
Do
for whatever
movie,
reason.
Do
He's got a
DVD
hand.
Stigmata DVD cover.
I mean, some of the things we were watching they weren't even DVD; they were VHS, right?
Yeah, well, you could get VHS. Look, you can get Stigmata on Blu-ray now. Watch that shit in HD, son.
Wow,
Should we do it?
probably not. I don't remember
It's probably
it being
$5
good.
on Amazon.
Yeah, I don't
I
remember.
don't
it
remember
being
anything about it.
no, literally nothing. Like the ones that made the most. We watched a lot of mediocre movies. The ones that made the most impact. were
We
the
can
ones-
say the same one on 3, I bet.
Yeah.
If we count it down.
Oh yeah,
3, 2, 1.
Mr.
Donnie Darko.
Jingles.
Oh,
Oh.
you were saying.
I was saying funny ones.
Oh,
made the
my
most
bad.
impact.
Well, yeah, Mr. Jingles, because I was thinking because you were saying we watch
Yeah.
a lot of mediocre ones.
Oh, then I was going the one of the bad ones we
Yeah.
watched. The ones that made the most impact were just the worst
Yeah.
ones that were just
Mr.
comical.
Jingles is one of the funniest movies.
It was hilarious. But I that's another thing. Is like, is anybody making movies that bad anymore?
Yeah,
They are.
they're out there.
They're like harder to find though. I guess like you need a place like Blockbuster or whatever to kind of go in and you find those movies.
Well, also back in the day, there wasn't Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb weren't so prevalent in
Yeah.
ratings. Now it's like people aren't like if The Room was to come out now, it would not have the cult following how it does.
Oh yeah,
From
no
when,
way.
when it came out, the early 2000s. or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's like a whole. There's so many variables. Who knows what I mean, there's like so many options. People are trying to watch so many things. There's like good things. There's bad. Who knows?
I'll tell you what a lot of it is like because we certainly are, and have been for a while in the golden age of television.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a thing that is both exciting and kind of bums me out. Like, there's nothing that bums me out more. Like on my Xbox, when I go to Netflix, if it'll like show, the homepage is TV and movies.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you go to the left, you can narrow it down to just movies or just television. Nothing bums me out more than that TV shows is listed above movies.
Yeah,
That's a huge bummer to me. Because people, like, because I love good TV. Obviously, everyone does. But the whole, like, binge thing, I love binging shows. But people, I think, you're more open to lower quality stories if you can watch it for 10 hours. Versus sitting down for 2.5 hours and watching, because a movie, like a TV show, you have years to get people and build on something.
Yeah.
So to me, the best written television show will never be as impressive as the best written movie
Just
because you have
it's
such a
condensed
short
and
amount
it's
of
like
time
it has to catch your attention
immediately and then hold it for one through line.
I see what you're saying.
So that movies are. And it might not be the case, but the way that they're ranked lower on the app is a huge bummer to me.
Well, like I don't know. I've always told you, like I've seen all those streaming services more for TV than I have for movies. Like my biggest, obviously, I haven't been in over a year now, but like my biggest thing was like I wanted to go see movies in the theater. Like I would go see movies whenever I could. Like I had the Regal Pass for a while and like Movie Pass before that and then other stuff. And I would like try to go see at least a movie a week in the theater. because I don't watch a ton of movies, but I would watch enough, and I wanted to watch the good ones. And then when I was at home, I'd watch the TV shows because there's nowhere else you can watch those. Like, you can just watch them at home.
I mean, that's true.
But the movies, you got this, it's a whole experience. You got the sound, you got the big picture, you got just the whole experience of being in the theater and going, so it makes it a whole thing, you know?
Which, and I, like, for me, there are certain movies I just don't consider theater movies. And so I like part of me's bummed I never saw No Country for Old Men in theaters just because it's one of my favorite 2 movies of all time.
You did?
But it's one of my, like, I saw it at home and I've seen it a million times now.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. But, like, I saw Unstoppable, the train movie with Chris Pine and Denzel Washington in theaters. That's a theater movie. Like, it blew me away. If you watched it at home, it'd be like, oh, that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the movie, too. Some are going to be more impactful.
For me, at home, any movie's a home movie.
Mm-hmm.
There are some theater movies, though, that I make a point to, like, 1917.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Deacons.
Yeah, oh, man. That's going to be way more impactful in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we were talking about that the other day. That's like one of the last ones I saw in the theater.
Yeah, Tom and I saw that together.
Just the sound.
It's
And just,
incredible.
oh, man.
Deacons.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, everybody's gonna feel a little different about it, but I mean, I honestly don't care either way if it's above or below. But I see what you're saying, and I agree with the movie thing, like having to be more intense and like more alluring, and a better story.
It just has to
like,
be better.
Yeah, it has to be better.
Like, at whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because it might not be an exciting movie.
Yeah.
But it just has to be better than, you know. Like, Josh and I got in a similar argument.
Yeah.
Where he said the best show of all time was True Detective Season 1. I was like, oh, so that's not the show. You've cherry-picked.
Yeah. See,
Breaking Bad is
like
5 seasons of a show, and it's the
then,
greatest show ever made.
Well, then you guys, but then at the same time, I was listening. I was like, this is just silly, like, because both of you guys have your own opinions about it. So it's like it doesn't really matter.
Well, it does, because there are opinions, and then there are opinions backed up by facts and logic. And
yeah, but at the same time, he doesn't think it. So
do we give anyone? Because that
you
can
can't
go to
you
anything.
can't prove that it's the best show ever. It's not objectively the best show ever. Like, it is to you.
It might be with ratings.
Maybe with
would
ratings.
That be data? Would you consider that data?
Yeah, but at the same time, like, you can take it's not 100%, because you could take, let's say, you take 1,000 people, and let's say 800 of them say it's the best show ever, but then 200 of them say it's not. You can't say it's the best show ever.
But to me, saying True Detective Season 1 is the best show ever is not only retarded, it's wrong.
I agree with that.
You could maybe make the argument it's the best miniseries ever. But it's not an entire... True Detective is not the first season.
I agree with that. I just think it was to me, it was silly overall to be arguing about the best show ever, because people are going to have their opinions, and it's not really an objective thing.
And this is why I miss film school so bad.
Yeah.
To have these arguments that actually they need to be had. And I don't have anyone to have them here with.
Yeah, but then at the same time, like, you prove it to each other, but then to the world, it's not really the case.
I'm not talking to the world. I don't give a shit what the world thinks.
Yeah.
I give a shit what the people I care about think. I want them to think right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just look up what the highest rated television show on
I'm sure
IMDb is.
it's probably...
It's got to be. It might even be Game of Thrones, which we
it's
know
either
is
Game
horseshit.
of Thrones, Breaking Bad, or
The Wire.
Firefly, or The Wire.
Firefly will be nowhere close to the top, I'm sure. Planet Earth 2, which is not yet released. Click on it.
Yeah, so that's
9.4 Breaking Bad.
so if that's your
Band
thing.
of Brothers is higher in Breaking. Well, they're both 9.4, but it must have
so
more.
Planet Earth 2.
Well, we're talking about like scripted, like narrative. And see, now here's things where, like, Chernobyl is a miniseries. That's
Yeah.
one season,
Mhm.
which was not what.
Here's The Wire. Wire's really good.
Thank goodness Game of Thrones has fallen off down to 12. Good. It deserves way lower than that. Oh, The Sopranos is not as good as Game of Thrones? That's cool.
Sherlock. Never watched
It's
it.
pretty. I've seen a couple seasons.
Fireflies. That used to be higher. It dropped down, I guess.
Guess more people are watching it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Fargo. Yeah.
So, objectively, what was it? Band of Brothers is the greatest show ever made. Breaking Bad's number 2. Now,
According to IMDb.
I've never seen Band of Brothers.
Subjectively, according to IMDb.
Subjectively?
According to IMDb. Yeah, because they're not the end-all, be-all of everything.
No, and there was a thing, because for a long time it was a battle. Number 1, number 2 greatest movie of all time, Godfather or Shawshank on IMDb. And whenever one would overtake the other,
Didn't people just go in
naturally,
and
yeah,
Okay.
they'd
it's
make
just-
all these
this is
bot accounts
silly.
to give 5-star to upvote the other and tank the other one.
Why? Like,
See, now I'm not that level of fanboy for
Yeah.
anything, but I am more than down to get into some debates about, movies and things like that.
yeah. Which is fine. It's yeah.
I'm glad it's fine.
I mean, it's good to do. It's just like I don't know. It's just like you can't prove anything because it is all subjective in the end. It is.
Okay.
All right. Are you
Why
gonna?
don't you literally hand me another beer, please? Thank you.
So what is this about?
All right.
Do you
so
wanna
this
talk about
this
this?
was pretty exciting, and Danny, I need to know. I need to know if you set a reminder on your calendar.
So tell him we got an email.
Got an email from Danny. Shouts out Danny. He said, "Dear John, the Greyboys episode 73, time code 1 hour 9 minutes 40 seconds. Push play and tell the story. Devil face Danny." So I did. I was on the way to Columbia to pick up my lawnmower when I got this email notification. So I was on the way back and played it, and we were talking about something to do in the realm of like bullying. So this is a year, and I said that I was like, oh, I wonder if I can tell this story.
Yeah. So like
And
to
I was
recap,
like-
we were talking about bullying. I was in like
the Gap shirt.
7th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade or something. And in our school, like everybody went to school together, like K through 12.
3 through 12th
Yeah.
grade.
So I was wearing a Gap shirt, and one of the seniors or juniors, I was walking, and he was with his little group of guys, and he pointed at Gap, gay and proud, huh? Like, okay, yeah.
Which also bear in mind, this was the era where calling something gay was used for everything.
Yeah.
If your buddy
oh
was
my
being
God.
stupid, if they were being,
Hey, stop being gay,
they were
bro.
like, "Oh, that's gay, man."
Yeah.
That was the term. Like, so it's like, oh, I'm sure it hit you right in the
Yeah.
chest. You know. So then Ken's talking about that, and we talk about that for a little bit, and then I say, "Oh man, I wonder if I can tell this story." And you're like, "What?" And I was like, oh, "It might be too soon." He's like, "You're like too soon." I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of about bullying."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Yeah, I can't do it." And you're like, and I was like, "Ask me this time next year." And Danny, I get, because I totally forgot about it. But I
Time
get-
police.
He had to have either he just randomly listened to that episode exactly a year within close
Yeah.
to a year later, or he set a reminder.
Yeah,
a
I
year
like
ago.
I like that. He's keeping us honest.
Yeah.
because we say a lot of things on here,
We
and
really
we don't
do.
do it.
So I listened to it, and I racked my brain like the entire ride back to Greenville. Like, what was I talking? I have no memory of what would be a recent bullying story that would be too soon to tell. So then I was talking to you about it the other night, and you figured it
We
out.
figured out a timeline for it.
Yeah,
because
because you were like, would it have been after that wedding?
yeah,
And the Instagram, I was like, oh, shit, that's got it. And see, even now, I still don't 100% know if that was it,
yeah.
but that makes sense.
It's the most logical.
yeah. It's subjectively the most logical, best answer, but we could never know.
We can't.
So here's the story.
All right.
I'm going to try and do this in a way to not name drop anyone.
Okay.
So we went to a wedding together.
Yeah, so this was about 2 years
a little
ago.
over, sure, 2 years ago.
2 years.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We went to a wedding together.
A year ago.
There was someone there who I had recently met and hit it off with, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And as certainly regular listeners will know, and you certainly know, whenever I'm friends with someone, I'll do a lot of like in fun shit talking.
Yeah.
Now, over time, I've learned not everyone really likes that.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to be more aware of people's personalities in doing that. But to me, like, I think a fun relationship is you rag on your buddy and then they give you shit back.
Yeah.
Like, that's fun to me.
Mm-hmm.
And, but not everyone's the same.
Some people take it personal,
Yeah.
and that's fine. That's their personality. But yeah,
And in this case, it was like I said, it was a new relationship. Probably went a little too hard, a little too quick. And we were drinking, so when I'm drinking, I'm more like loosey goosey, a little loose lip, talking a little more shit. But he got into a very deep conversation with us about a mutual friend of ours.
he just got into a deep conversation with you.
Oh.
See, I wish I would have seen. I didn't see any of the interaction hardly at all.
No, see, but you were standing there too for part of it.
Maybe
I remember that.
I didn't see. Maybe.
I
Yeah.
mean, you're probably right. There was a big portion of it that was just he and I, but you were there.
I'm sure
because you heard.
I feel like I remember
Because we were together pretty much the whole time.
I feel like we veered off and kind of went on our own
Every
paths.
now and then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I did a speech.
you did do a speech. Very deep conversation that basically boiled down to he was worried about the mental health of a friend of ours, and he was very serious about it. Now, I'm guessing, because I don't remember everything, and this is a long time ago, and I, just having fun.
Yeah.
I'm guessing I was, throwing some little, in my mind, fun jabs at him. And I do remember over and over being like, dude, I'm just kidding. Like, I'm joking around with you because I like you. Like, I do remember saying
Yeah,
that.
I don't know.
So, fast forward a few days later, and I'm going to try and like edit this live,
Yeah, because I feel like I remember us talking about it after the wedding. I feel like we talked about it like
the conversation.
On the way
yeah.
back. We talked about it like on the way back home, and like he thought this friend was gonna like in serious danger of their life. They were gonna kill themselves. I think we were both like,
that's ridiculous.
No, we know this person,
and that's the thing too. We've known this person,
yeah,
at least a decade longer than this guy.
Yeah, and it's not like
and
it's not like we are missing the signs.
Right.
It's not. It's just
which also speaks to this reaction.
Yeah.
Of how he reacts to what people say in jest.
Yeah.
Which again, it's fine. It's his personality.
Yeah,
I mean, he went a little hard here on me, but so this person said they don't know if I remember what I remember from last night's conversation, but to tread lightly with this person. He says he shouldn't have run his mouth. Important right time and place that something is said. So, like I said, we'd already had the conversation. Even that night, I was like, dude, I don't think you're right, but I'll be more aware.
Yeah, and like obviously he thinks that way.
And it's coming from a good place.
Yeah, he's coming from a good place. Completely benign message sent there. And then you responded.
I responded and said, hey, dude, so this was a few days after. This was like a week after he sent it because we have never been friends on Instagram. So it went to my, like,
requested or whatever. Yeah.
Saw it like a little over a week later. So, hey, dude, just seeing this. I remember most of it. Well, def keep an eye out for the right opportunity to ease into a conversation, maybe with, and then mention someone else who maybe to get some other insight before being like, hey. So, and then the response. So at this point,
That seems fine.
Seems fine.
Apparently, you just said the worst goddamn thing you could have said. Apparently, you just spit in his face.
right in his mouth.
Jesus Christ.
Because he says, or maybe just step the fuck up and be a man and talk to your friend. And now this is where you got personal. This isn't about scheduling your next stupid fucking podcast. He says it's about a close friend's will to live. You're pathetic, John. I don't know what your problem is. If you remember even a fraction of that night, then even you should be scratching your head as to what I did to deserve your piss poor bully bullshit comedy routine. Spare us both and don't respond. And see, I was very confused for a long time on the bully bullshit thing.
Yeah.
And you were the one who cleared that up for me like a year ago.
What did I say?
Was about that, I was like in jest shit talking.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
I thought he was saying like bully bullshit, not like bully bullshit routine.
Yeah,
I thought it was like you're bully like doing a fun like stupid type of thing. That's what I read it as. Because honestly, I did.
He felt bullied.
He did, and
He
I
felt bullied.
I honestly do feel bad about that part because I never want anyone to feel like that.
Dude.
But I literally, again, where he was coming from a good place when he started this, in my head, I was coming from a good place.
Yeah.
Throwing jabs is like
Yeah.
a friendly dude thing.
But everything was taken so
our personalities,
personal.
are must be just polar opposites.
Yeah, I think so. And it's like I admire the dramatics. Like he went at every angle for that. Like he was saying, "Step the fuck up," like saying you weren't doing what you're supposed to be doing, insulted the podcast, called you a bully.
Yep.
Like that's
just really found every flaw I have and brought it to light. So I said,
and then said, "Don't respond," because he didn't want to say.
Spare us both and don't respond.
Because he didn't want you to say anything mean back to him.
Obviously, I'm going to respond. And now, 25-year-old John would have handled this way differently than this would have been. This was 2019.
Yeah.
So almost third. This was 29-year-old John.
Yeah. So I mean, your initial reaction, mine would have been, I would have been
furious.
mad. You would have been furious, but instead of like reeling
and
off,
I typed off the angry message that was going to end his life, But I was like, there's no.
Yeah.
So I kept a little bit of sass, but also tried to keep it, on the level. I said, because this one he's, you should be scratching your head as to what I did deserve, blah, blah, blah. Spare us both, don't respond. I say, okay. I hope whatever that little rant was made you feel big or whatever you were going for. And after having conversations with other people that are close to the person, I honestly think his will to leave is totally fine, totally intact. It's my opinion and others that he's fine. But if you still feel that he's not, then I'd certainly encourage you to say something. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Pretty level-headed response, right?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, there was a little jab,
Right
little
at
sass
the
in the beginning,
but
because
I didn't call him
it,
pathetic.
but it deserved that because he just was
popped
very
off.
uncalled for.
Very.
I mean, yeah.
But
even
again,
if he felt bullied and whatever, like not understood and not like agreed with, still to go off like that, that's just.
But if he honestly,
childish.
But if he took everything I said as me just being an asshole to him, then I get it.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I'm fine with it. And
yeah.
that was part of.
Yeah.
I guess that wasn't part of this response because I didn't connect those two dots yet. This was more just like, come on.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Call me if you want to yell at me.
Yeah.
Then he tells me, you don't possess even an ounce of empathy or remorse, do you, John? Eat shit, dude. And I just know when he's typing this, he's like, this is good. He's gonna feel this one deep in his bones, I bet. I'm like, I'm just laying in bed.
Well, he obviously doesn't know you, so that's obviously not true.
Right.
So why would
I
that?
cry
would
at
that
everything?
affect-
I have more empathy than most
Yeah,
people.
something that's so off base can't really affect anybody, and then so all you're left with is eat shit. And it's like, okay.
Okay. Let me go grab an insult from the middle school playground as well. So I said, look, dude, if that's what your opinion of me is, then that's fine. I think you're a great guy, but I'm not going to throw jabs at you over a social media app. All I can say is this. I love so-and-so, and you clearly do too. I'm sorry our difference of opinions has upset you to the extent it has. But like I said, I had conversations with other people since ours at the wedding, and from my perspective and others, he's fine. I don't see how directing your anger at me over differing opinions is a positive thing.
Yeah, and then he didn't respond after that.
That was that.
It's like, I think, looking back on it, I think that what he's saying honestly makes no sense.
Yeah.
Because if he's that worried about it,
He would do
He
something.
has the ability to do something. He's friends with that person.
He can reach out and yell at me.
I think it's got to be more related to the feeling bullied. It's got to be. Like, I think maybe he used that as like a, I don't know. Like, I don't know the guy.
I don't
like
either.
maybe kind of a start so that maybe he could like gauge you and then you could agree with him and maybe he'd feel better if you agreed with him or something, but then you didn't agree with him.
But I did, just not to the extent of I'm just going to call him.
Not like he wanted to. So then I think everything after that was just like he just felt like he had been harmed in some way.
Yeah, and I do honestly feel
Emotionally.
bad about it because that you don't act like this if you feel completely fine.
No. And
So-
it just doesn't make sense. Like you wouldn't act like that for the reason he's saying.
Yeah, no.
You would.
So
nobody
I do
would.
feel bad about that, and I think I may even in the moment I feel like that was pretty clear because I'm like, dude, I think you're great. Like every time we've been around each other, which wasn't a lot,
No.
because of mutual friends, like it was fun and joking around, and I enjoyed his company.
Yeah.
But as has happened before, my shit talking will tend to end some relationships.
But don't stop doing it because then we won't get stuff like that. And I love that. I've heard that story many times, and it's still one of my favorites.
Well, the messages
so
are just
good.
so aggressive.
Yeah, it just goes from 0 to 60 faster than a Tesla, man. It's just God.
So if by some weird chance, I'm sure he doesn't listen to this unless he does it in anger every week and talks about how stupid I sound and how cool you are. If he happens to hear it, I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry that I made you feel bullied. I don't want anyone to feel like that.
Yeah, I
But
can attest
I
for it.
still
He wasn't
stand
actually
by
bullying you.
what I said here.
Yeah,
100%.
I know. Yeah, I mean, you didn't. I don't think you said anything wrong. You had one small jab, and that was literally it. When you're just getting blasted on.
Yeah, and if for people wondering, update, the person in question is still alive.
That's what I was gonna say too. Yeah, they seem pretty good. They're in a happy relationship, and they're still doing the same old stuff. So, I mean, if you're,
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. I guess it's always a waiting game, but
again, I don't think that was the. I mean,
not the case.
I don't think that was the main issue.
Clearly, as much as I love dramatics, clearly, someone's got me beat over
Dude,
here.
I can't remember the last time anybody was like that mad at me about anything.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like, I know, like, even my sister when they came to visit, they were when my family came up to visit here in Greenville a few weeks ago. She was talking about when her and her friends had to get together. They were talking about, because some of them listen to the podcast. Danny's one of them.
Yeah.
I know Danny because of my sister. And they were talking about how I'll just like poke at you.
Mm-hmm.
And the bill, like, it's one of the things she referenced was like the "Would you rather be a whatever," and you're like, I don't want either one of those. I'm like, yeah, well, you gotta pick. Like, it's just what's silly and fun.
Yeah.
But some people, they really get hurt, and their
They
panties
do. They
get
take.
bunched
Yeah,
up.
it's like, I mean, I guess it's a normal thing, like, cause, like, most of the time when even if I know, like, most of the time you do it, it's fine. But maybe like 1 out of 100 times, like, my initial reaction is kind of like mad or something. You know what I mean? But then I kind of like go through it or like say something back to you, and then it's like it's fine. But you think about those people where 9 out of 10 times,
yeah.
their reaction is
Gets
just
old
mad
quick.
or upset, and then they don't know you, and then it's like, "Eek."
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I see it happen. But again, I think it's funny because I'm just on the outside looking in.
Getting that good front row seat.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
that's
the
just
thing.
that's just part of who you are. And if people, that's the thing too. Like, you're probably not going to be really good friends with somebody that's not their personality.
Yeah, like as good as
And
this
that's fine.
relationship seemed to start, it
Yeah.
clearly was doomed to fail.
Yeah, exactly. There's just too many differences
Yeah.
in how people perceive, and that's fine, and that's just how it is. And so, I mean, that kind of tells you a lot. It's almost like it's almost like an easy way to weed out friends in a sense. So it's a good thing.
Just
overall.
weed out the weak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's, I don't know. It is fun to just talk shit and go back and forth and whatever.
I think so.
Be open.
But so again, yeah, I am truly sorry if you happen to hear this or someone hears it that knows who we're talking about. It's not hard to figure out. Sorry I made
Or
you
maybe
feel
it
bad.
is.
I think it.
Maybe it's a mystery.
I mean, I know we've told some people the
it's-
story.
If you know this person, I mean, send guesses in.
Maybe don't do that. We don't need to call it
It'd be
out.
fun.
I would like to say I am sorry though for making you feel so much anger.
A lot of anger there.
Very angry. But it came from a good place.
Came from a good place.
All of his anger came from a good place. It just was targeted at me.
And it's good that you're feeling anger too, because at least you feel something. So
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. It's good to feel.
Good to
And
feel.
it's good to express your emotions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't hold them in.
And we, I won't say that. Danny, in a year, remind me again to say about what happened at our next encounter. That way, when you give me this time code in a year, I'll know what I was saying.
Yeah, and Danny, I really appreciate that. That's nice. If we could have more of those, because we've said so many things.
Yeah,
like
we
that,
say all kind of shit.
Yeah,
That's a good story, though.
that is a good
That's
story.
a fun one.
Mhm.
Well, I did send a video in that speaking of anger and causing anger, I think this will it caused me a lot of anger and made me think about the world as a whole, if it's okay or where are we headed.
Yeah, a lot of not issues, but just concerns, I guess, off the bat.
Yeah, just for people who are just listening, if you'll give them a visual.
We have we have a girl in front of a camera with some puckered lips,
Duck face.
Term
Haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, blue hair, bright blue hair.
I call that mermaid blue even.
Yeah,
wouldn't
maybe
you?
ocean
spray blue.
massive. I can't imagine these are real.
No,
have to
no,
be
no.
fake
Yeah, those are
eyelashes.
very
There's
fake.
nothing wrong with that. And then a cheetah print tank top over that. And somebody had a birthday or something in the background, maybe. I don't know if that's
Valentine's Day.
relevant.
If you'd like to look at this girl's TikTok, by the way, it's at MyKenzie. So MyKynzie, all one word, lowercase.
Is she Kenzie? Do we?
She's Kenzie.
Okay.
Yeah, this is her page.
Okay.
Yo, what's up, y'all? We about to make some chicken, okay? That's what we got right now. It's cooking. We gonna take this chicken right here, put it in this flour, shake it up real good, place it in the grease.
Why?
Is that not infuriating?
First of all, it doesn't even seem. Why does she? Okay. Anyway, it doesn't seem sanitary. First of all,
tell her what.
well, she has these just fucking massive unicorn nails, like literal horns coming out of her hands.
Also, she's white.
She is white. She's white.
She might
have a little bit
something.
of like,
But
Hispanic.
if she robbed you, you would say a white girl stole my
yeah.
purse.
What's up, y'all? We about to make some chicken, okay?
She's got stuff in her tongue.
She
too.
has like 2 tongue rings, I think.
That's kind of cool.
That's what we got right now. It's cooking.
Why this part? Why?
Yeah, this is
Why?
the egregious.
Why?
Just
what is happening?
This is a hate crime on all of humanity, I think.
So you know what you know well what
so
these
what
things are.
you hear the fried chicken sizzling in the oil if
Yeah,
you're
she's
just
frying
listening. But you know, what you might think, oh, does she have a deep fryer or does she have a pot on top of the stove and she's frying? No, you'd be wrong on both counts. She has a tinfoil casserole dish that you buy, you know, if you're taking like a macaroni or like a potato salad, you know.
the one you're going to throw away.
Yeah, you can cook the thing, the side or the whatever, the casserole in the tinfoil pan, throw it away. Some of them come with lids.
Usually come with like a 3-pack or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This bitch has put oil in it and put it on the eye of her stove as if it is a pot, and she is frying chicken in the tinfoil. I didn't know tinfoil could handle that kind of direct heat.
I honestly didn't. I mean,
and it's not much oil in there.
We don't see the whole video. We don't see the whole frying process.
We're going to take
Maybe
this chicken right here, put it in this flour, shake it up real good, place it in the grease.
She's racist.
Yo, 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 yo.
You can't do that.
Cultural appropriation.
Can you do that? I mean, what?
See,
why is that? Honestly, though, like I get it, but honestly, like if you think about it, why is that any better than blackface?
see now that's what this is where like I think there's a fine line, right?
Yeah.
I think she has found like I believe this is how she feels.
You think this is like how she acts and talks?
Yeah,
Maybe.
and that's where I think it becomes a thing of like
Yeah.
I don't think she's doing this from a bad place.
Okay.
I think
yeah,
she
yeah.
enjoyed like this is just how she feels and identifies.
Very well
honestly.
could be.
But when you do like blackface,
You're
there's-
actually you know then that you're actually playing and making like a portrayal of something.
and the origins of it,
which is
like
fine,
what
but
it
if-
comes from.
But if she's not like that and she's just doing that, that'd be an issue,
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we just don't know.
But I watched her other videos, and
okay.
either she has a very consistent character
yeah,
on TikTok,
that's just her. Yeah.
but no, I think this is
Okay.
just how she,
This is how
just,
she
just
is.
how she is. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Now,
What's up, y'all? We about to make some chicken. Okay, it's what we got right now.
It's not.
We
That's
gonna
not
take
how
this
you.
chicken right here.
And what?
Put it in this.
Why does she think she's the authority on fried chicken? Is what I want to know. Why do people think that? People. Why?
like, yeah, if you're doing something special, all right. So here's another thing. There's similar moves to this, but she has put the flour, which she didn't tell us if it's seasoned or not. Which there might be some kind of
Who knows?
seasoning
These
in
aren't
there.
going to be good.
But she's putting the chicken wing in the flour, which is in 2 nested Walmart gray plastic bags that she then shakes.
Yeah.
I've seen people do it in like Ziplocs, this
Yeah.
type of thing. So I mean, I guess same means
Again,
to an
though,
end.
it's not very sanitary either. Though.
No.
Like her nails, like that's
Yeah,
and
she-
then these bags, I would imagine, aren't super clean. I mean,
No.
you are putting the thing in oil, but still.
Yeah, no, this is not the recommended method for fried chicken.
Flour. Shake it up real good. Place it in the grease.
Well, she didn't even cut the wings right, did she? You
No,
don't
she's
usually-
just doing
yeah.
a whole fried
Yeah.
wing.
So I mean, this is.
Which I mean, you can get,
I mean,
you get them like that. You know, if you're just frying a whole chicken, you usually don't cut them into flats and drummies.
Just a lot of issues.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues with this. I mean, I guess if we're gonna look for the silver lining, because what we said, it's an 1.5, 2-inch fake nail she has on,
At least 2 inches.
at least 2,
Yeah.
between 2 and 3, maybe.
Yeah.
She can just stick them right in the oil like she's doing. Her
That's
thumbnail,
true.
I think, is in the oil.
Now you get some acrylic in there too. Yeah, add to the sanitation.
Carcinogenic.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, but the thing that like I can see past the personality and the you know all that, but the tinfoil casserole dish being used to boil
Yeah, like
to fry the chicken. It angers me on a level
Yeah.
I didn't know I had.
I
never felt this
honestly
before.
I'm just more like in the boat of like why.
Yeah.
I just want to know like why are you doing all these methods?
Mm-hmm.
And why do you think you need to show you frying chicken? I just want to know why, honestly. Like why use the pan? Why do this? Why the Walmart?
There's
bag?
a lot more questions than answers here. For
Yeah,
sure.
there is.
A lot in the comment section of this video. It was like, you have like a 40, 50, whatever, I don't remember the number, dollar nail job, you don't have a pot. Like, you got very expensive fake eyelashes, you don't have a pot.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Like,
Yeah, the eyelash. If you're just listening, this would be a good time just to hop on look at the time code and go to roughly that spot, just so you can see this girl. Because she's a sight.
Yeah.
She's a whole vibe.
She's a vibe. Yeah, she's a personality.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. That's who she really is.
The world may never know. Is this her or not?
Yeah. All right, we'll check it out.
Check it out. And, in a pinch, now you know if you need to fry chicken,
And
all
maybe,
you have is a tinfoil
again,
casserole dish.
Why? And then maybe that's the case. Maybe her
Pots
pot
were
just-
stolen last night.
Maybe they got stolen. Maybe one shattered. I don't know. And she had to make the fried chicken.
She was starving.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Only she knows.
What did you think of that one? Did you like that one?
I like that one.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That one's silly.
Yeah, there's a lot of elements to
Yeah.
it. So
It's layered.
and maybe that's why she did it.
Maybe she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
She's got more followers than us, I'm sure.
I mean, she definitely does on TikTok because I mean, I don't have a TikTok.
I mean, just in general.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it
That'll do her, huh?
for this week's installment.
Tune in next time. Same gray time, same gray place.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
How many times I heard that in my life?
A lot.
Countless.
Next time on Dragon
Good
Ball
voice.
Z. Next time.
That's a little too.
That was kind of growling.
Yeah, it's
kind of an
kinda
animalistic.
Next time. Next time on.
It was more of a
Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Things showing up where they don't belong. Next time on Dak and Rory.
All right. Shout out to Danny, first of all.
Yeah.
Thanks for
yeah.
sending that.
So I had to
out-
finally get that story out there.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Sonia, Craig for sending stuff in. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're always looking for stuff. So send us whatever. Your thoughts, opinions, suggestions, likes, even dislikes.
That'd be great.
Sure, yeah. Whatever you want to do. But yeah, shout out to you guys in general for listening, and I don't know, for whatever reason, like the past few weeks we've gotten a little more engagement.
Yeah,
which has
it's been awesome.
It's been super nice.
That's a lot of fun. So please keep that up. Or if you've been sitting on something you've been thinking about that you thought we might like, please send it in. Like, that's so much fun for us.
Shout out to you.
Oh,
obviously.
thanks, man. I really appreciate that shout out.
Yeah, you're welcome. You know.
Thank you again.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Shout out to the TikTok, Mike Kinsey. Shout out the fake nails and eyelashes and hair and everything.
Yeah.
Not shout out to the tinfoil pan being used
No.
as a frying container.
That's
though.
maybe an option for where the chicken should go once it comes out the pot.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
That thing was built
Condone
for the
that.
oven.
It's built for the
Not
oven.
not the range.
For a nice hot dish. Casserole. Shout out to, what else did we talk about? I don't even remember at this point. It's been so long ago.
It was. Yeah, it's kind of a long one, huh? About an hour and a half.
Yeah, a little bit
little
of a
less?
long one. Yeah.
That's always
I don't know. That's all I got.
Give the hoes what they want.
Mm-hmm.
More of us.
More of us.
Shouts out messed up porns. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shouts out Patrick for also sending in a hangover cure possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And echo you, the others who sent stuff in. Thank you so much. Shouts out Beer Towers. Shouts out to you, man. Jesus Christ. Shouts out to you. I mean, come on. Am I right?
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't tell you you're wrong.
Yeah, I would like to shout out Craig's Vape Sync and his heavy vape. Hashtag Vape God. Shouts out Josh Boykin. We'll get him turned around on his opinion of True Detective Season 1 being a better show than all of Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Literally, objectively, and subjectively, and metaphysically.
Wow.
If you will.
Okay. It's hard. Yeah. It's hard to argue with that.
Shouts out Bryan Cranston, Aaron Paul, Vince Gilligan. Shouts out New Mexico.
Okay.
Shouts out meth. And shouts out horrible healthcare in America to make that show possible.
Thank you.
And then, just shouts out to you again.
Well, thanks,
Love you, man.
I love you too.
Thanks, everybody. Shouts out all you guys for listening. We will catch you on the Flippity Flops.
We'll be here every week.
We'll be here. We haven't missed one yet.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What do you think is gonna? Will one of us have to die, or we just finally break up?
I'm
What do you
sure
think
I'll
makes us
get.
miss?
I'm sure I'll get a terminal illness pretty soon, and we'll have to deal with that. So.
Now here's the question. I know we're wrapping things up, but let's say one of us dies.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it's not a term like, one of us
Yeah,
gets
one
in a
of us
car wreck, gets shot by a mugger, but we were saving a child or something. Something heroic.
Okay.
Here's the question. Do we just let the last one that came out, or if we hadn't already recorded one, be the end? Or does the other one come on for one last, homage to the other one?
Honestly, that's exactly what I just thought. I'd do one more farewell and just be done. I mean, obviously it wouldn't be an hour, but it'd be
just a quick, this is. We'll agree on that. That's kind of like the Greyboys at large final will and testament if the other one dies.
Yeah.
We do one last little, and it'd be nice too if, say, it happened on a Tuesday. That way we'd already recorded, and then you or I, whoever was the survivor, could do a little intro or an outro. If I survive, I'd probably do. Probably maybe both, maybe an intro and an outro.
I'd probably do. I'm thinking outro. I might just do an outro.
Just an outro.
Just go in normal and then just.
And imagine if people that listen to us that are just off didn't know that we died, and then you come on. John's dead. This is the last episode. They're like, what the fuck just happened? The most
I feel
180 of an episode.
You kind of had the most dramatic impact at that point.
That's
cool.
a good point.
Yeah,
that's the move. Just do an outro. Well, that's that, guys. Some bitch died this week.
Yeah, thank you guys. See you later.
Thanks for the support. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm mourning my friend.
Yeah.
So there we go. We figured that out. I'm glad we got that figured out.
That's good. And we have it recorded. So.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks again. All right, Jerry.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Peace out. A-Town down. Bye.
Bye.